Hi guys, welcome to the Craft Time Studio, a happy place for crafters. I'm Ange and today I just want to show you how I decorate my hair clips using clay slabs. I think that a lot of clay crafters are wanting to experiment on other products to make using their clay slabs, and I thought that the surface and clips are perfect. For materials, you will need hair clips, of course. I have an assortment of plain hair clips, so I had a lot of different options to choose from. For this tutorial, I will be using alligator clips, barrettes, and snap metal clips. You will also need a clay roller, some mica powder, or in my case, some eye makeup, molds, clay cutter, polymer clay, a clay blade, a clay detail needle, and a manual roller. You will also need some liquid sculpting. For the first clip, I will use some pastel-colored polymer clay, some silicone molds of flowers, the snap metal clip, and a clay blade. So first of all, I condition all of my clay. Please do take some time to do this as you want your clay to be conditioned enough so that it will make perfect shapes with the mold. Remember that if you don't condition your clay, it has a tendency to bubble up once it's baked. So next, I get my mold and brush on some white mica powder. Then, I get a circular cutter and check to see if it will fit the clip. Now it's time for the fun part, which is making the flowers. I follow the technique of packing the clay onto the mold and trimming off the excess with a clay blade so that the flowers lay flat on the circle. I placed a link on a previous tutorial that I did using silicone molds. I do this twice more because I want my clip to have 3 flowers. Note that before positioning my flowers, I get a little bit of liquid clay to make sure my flowers adhere to the circle. Finally, it's time to make the leaves. I roll my green clay into a tiny log and pinch one side. Then I make thin slices to get the leaf shape. Once this is baked, I stick it on the clip using E6000 glue. The next clip we're going to work with is a French hair barrette. For this clip, I chose to do a sort of marbled effect, which I learned from Fern and Mitch, a clay artist on YouTube. As usual, we condition all the clay first, but be conscious not to over-condition it. We need to be able to chop the clay without the pieces sticking together. Also, make sure that you spread the colors so that you will have a good distribution once you flatten them out. Next, I get some mica powder and coat all the pieces. For this particular example, I used a sort of bronze color. Next, I pressed the pieces together and rolled it out into a thick log. And then I condition my clay and make my main slab, rolling it out into the number 4 setting. I then go back to my log and slice it into thin slices. I then lay it out onto my main slab until it is covered. Then, I add some gold leaf for that extra pop of color. I roll this out into the number 3 setting first, fold it in half, and then roll it out again. Then, I place the barrette on top of the slab and cut around it. Once this is baked, I glue it again using E6000. And finally, for this last clip, I will be using the alligator clip and applying a sutton slice technique. This is actually my first time to use a sutton slice technique, which I watched from Fire Mountain Gems and Beads and Jessama tutorials. I don't have a rubber mat, but I did have this textured mat from Sculpey and I tried to see if it would work. So first, I brushed mica on the mat. Then, I flattened my clay and pressed it, making sure that Then, I flattened my clay and pressed it down, making sure that I got into all the nooks and crannies. Finally, I go in with my clay blade to slice away the excess clay. The tutorials did mention that in case I scrape away too much clay, I could still come back to fill in the spaces. Then, I get my clay and flatten it out into the number 4 setting. Once it's flattened, I press the texturing mat on the slab. As this is my first time, I can say that I still need to fill out more of the spaces. But thankfully, as my alligator clip was quite small, I could cut out my imperfections. To add interest, I also cut out all 4 corners. And that is it for this tutorial on hair clips. I hope that you were inspired to explore your clay options. Clay is such a versatile material, and with a little bit of creativity, you can do so many things with it. Thank you again for watching. Every like, subscribe, and comment motivates me to keep on going. So thank you for spending a few minutes of your weekend with me. See you next weekend. Bye!